You hear all that loud noise behind me? I'm on Avenida Paulista in São Paulo, Brazil. It is loud here, real loud. I gotta shout, but it's awesome. So, in honor of the noise level, I am we're gonna talk about today shutting up. That's right. We're gonna talk about how using your own power of silence to your advantage will give you the upper hand in business. You're gonna have to learn to shut up and use that skill to make the best of it, because most people can't do it. And you get the upper hand if you can. It's pretty straightforward that way. This is Avenida Paulista in São Paulo, Brazil. It is supposed to be modeled after New York City's 5th Avenue. It's pretty unique and interesting. Has some really amazing, beautiful tropical trees, and pretty wild architecture and all these great things, but it really doesn't look like 5th Avenue other than the fact that you have all these posh stores. Anyhow, today we're talking about using silence to your advantage, because I'm in like the noisiest place ever. And here's what happens. When you stare at someone dead in the eye, you can make someone really uncomfortable if you don't say something. That's great. Because most of the time in business, when you're negotiating with somebody, if they are uncomfortable with the silence, they will blab on and tell you all their secrets. It's amazing how well that works. You just sit there and let them talk, and they will tell you deadlines that are impending and that give them pressure to negotiate with you. How many other clients are negotiating for the same contract that you are right now? All these great little bits of information you can find out just by being quiet. He's making fun of me in the back there. So all you gotta do is keep your mouth shut and listen and let people talk. Another habit that's important that you don't do is interrupt people. The only time you should ever interrupt someone in a negotiation is if you want to shut them up. Usually it's better off letting them blab away, because they're gonna reveal all the stuff that you can use to your advantage. All of a sudden you find out that they have to make a deal or they're gonna lose a lot of money, then you're the upper hand. Okay, if they blurt that out, and they do, just keep your mouth shut and listen. Get the other person talking. Don't talk so much in deals. It's the greatest power in the world to stare someone in the eyes silently and watch them squirm and have the need to talk. And the more they talk, the more they blab it out. A lot of times when people will blab on and on, they'll reveal that they have no alternative plan. And all of a sudden I have the upper hand just because I kept my mouth shut. Now, another thing to think about. Sometimes people speak too much because they can't think of what to say, and they start filling it in with things that they feel obligated to reveal. See, there is nothing wrong with a pause of 2, even 3 seconds while you speak and give yourself a chance to think. Most people wouldn't even notice it. Until I pointed out that about the whole 2 to 3 second thing, you probably didn't notice I just did that. Okay, so it's important to realize pausing is okay. Don't just blab on because you don't remember what you're gonna say next. Because when you do blab on, you're usually revealing something that is a card that you're giving over, handing over to the other person who you're negotiating with. Don't hand over your cards. Always just keep your mouth shut, pause if you need to think a little bit, but don't just keep talking. Let the other guy talk. Let them sing like a bird. Now, shutting up is a skill that is very important. Also, don't talk more than necessary. See, when the blabbermouth in the room talks and talks and talks, people block them out. When the quiet person in the room all of a sudden stands up and says something commanding attention, everybody listens intently. Very important that you don't be the blabbermouth. You be the strong, silent one who opens their mouth and everybody listens. You know what I really love about São Paulo? Everybody jaywalks. It's just like New York City that way. It's really, really cool. Okay, so now, let's say you are creating an advertisement to sell a product. Don't be a blabbermouth in your advertisement. Don't write things that people don't need to hear. You know what is the biggest waste of words? And I see it in ads for things all the time. Serious buyers only. Like, what the heck does that mean? Hello! São Paulo is awesome. Serious buyers only. What the heck does that mean? It's like I was gonna buy your car, but I saw that you're only looking for serious buyers, so now I'm not gonna buy it. What does that mean? Who's gonna write you and say, oh, I'm not a serious buyer? It's like people write these stupid things. It's like when you have a store, you have precious space in your window to advertise what your products are, and you put these dumb stickers saying, we accept Visa and MasterCard. Dude, everybody accepts Visa and MasterCard. It's expected. Like, don't waste your window space on nonsense. Keep the talking to a minimum. Keep your words, be it printed on your window or in an ad or whatever, to a minimum. Speak less and you command more power. This is an important skill and so few people command it. If you command it, you have the power to get the upper hand. Check this out, everybody jaywalks here. I love this. It's so awesome. I feel like I'm at home in New York, only it looks nothing like New York at all. And right now in New York, it's like 0 degrees, and here it's 90. I'm talking about a 0 Celsius or 90 Fahrenheit. Yeah, that's a mess. Either way, it's snowing in New York right now. It's 90 here. I love this joint. The architecture is out of this world. Let's see if you can see the top of it. It's just beautiful everywhere you go. It really doesn't look anything like Fifth Avenue like they said. It does look more like places I've been in the Middle East though. So be it. Anyway, that's the bottom line. Speak less. Pay attention to the words you use. Be prudent in what you say. That's another thing. It's okay to kibitz. Kibitz is a Yiddish word for fooling around and joking around to create a relationship with the other guy. That's okay. But there's a difference between kibitzing and joking and being a joker. Don't be the schmuck, the joker who sits there and fools around and wastes the time in a meeting when you should be negotiating deals. Hang on. Car coming at me. Don't be the guy who sits there and makes a fool and just says stupid humor just to fill the space because you can't deal with the silence. Okay, again, kibitzing is okay. That's where you're creating a bond with the other person. There's a threshold where kibitzing becomes a joker, and a joker is not good. Okay, the joker's not respected. Don't be the joker. All right, signing off from the extremely noisy but amazing São Paulo, Avenida Paulista in São Paulo, Brazil. Please like, subscribe, share. If you don't care for what I'm saying, please share it anyway. Someone else will like it, I hope. All right, see you in the next video.